Hi, welcome. It's our first ever match. It's a Super Friendly League match. It's against FC Juventus. We got our team set up. We're going with this formation because it's just the players that we have that are the most viable. This is the tactic that fits into them basically, and the team instructions again. We don't have anything too specific going on here in regards to the instructions. The main things really are just that we don't have any specific squad built to suit any specific type of play. So it's just really that the mentality is a bit attacking, and that's just to suit the formation because we have a bit of an attacking formation. And then also that we got loads of players with really low endurance. So there's absolutely no way that we can do anything except back off the whole match here. And because of that, we can't have cautious. Well, the aggressive tackling is just playing into that really, because I think if we don't have the aggressive tackling combined with the backing off, I think we'll just make it a bit too easy for them. However, this will just be dynamic about this during the match, how aggressive we are, and that's that really. So let's see what happens. Our opponent hadn't connected yet. And it seems like they might not. So we're underway. We'll wish, if he comes online, we'll wish him good luck. I've had the first shot, had the second shot. But, so far the signs are good in that we're not being destroyed. We're actually outplaying them. Don't know what the result will be, but already happy really that our team is competitive. Well, not against other qualifying league teams it seems, or at least against this one. They could well go on to beat us or whatever, but I'm already happy with the fact that we can compete at least. We got a base to work with, and if we improve it at all, there's so much that we can improve. So the fact that we're already competitive without having improved anything at all is a good sign. They're coming back into the match now. It's 4 shots each. They've just had their 5th shot, and they've just had our 5th shot and scored. So I think just going to change because I'm not selection. What is it? Positions. Just changing this to positions for a second, just to see. I might just quickly pause it. Just checking this to see what we can do tactically. Pull him back into holding midfield to go more defensive, and we can push him up into striker to be more attacking. Just check this player out. Yeah, okay, so he could be pushed to go more defensive or more attacking. Right, let's just keep going, and that's it as far as our options go. To be versatile, so Gautier can go defensive or more attacking, and Bonnet can go as an extra striker. But for now, I think we're happy to leave it because I'm a bit surprised that we're even competitive, to be honest. And we've got no sort of feel for this team. This is a first ever match. So I think for now the more important thing is just to understand how our initial tactic works, and if we're getting outplayed and it's not working, then we can maybe change stuff. But for now, I think there's every reason to believe that what we're doing now is as good as we can possibly do with these players. So not in a huge rush to change anything here, I don't think. Not quite sure who. I think it was Silva is the defender that we got available. Just have to remember that. But I do think at the level that we're playing at, that Dos Reis is class. I mean, he's 33 years old, has some deficiencies, but all in all, he's got excellent goal scoring attributes. And I do think that he's going to be decent at the level that we're at. And I think overall, even though we don't really have that many attacking players that are going to, are good in the grand scheme of things, at this level, we've got quite a few attacking players with 17 finishing, or even Dos Reis is 18 finishing. I think we probably have a much bigger overall market there. So they've only got 16 finishing, 16 finishing, 8 finishing. If you compare that to our attacking players, we got 18 finishing, 18 finishing, 18 finishing, 18 finishing. So all of our quartet of attacking players have 18 finishing, and they've also got across the board pretty reasonable other composure and off the ball and stuff. So I think at this level we have really good goal scoring attributes. So I think it could largely be a case that we can trade blows like this, like have similar amounts of shots, similar amounts of possession, but and I think also it's the case that their keeper, like 88 catching, only 9 reflex. I mean, not that great at all, and our keeper is pretty good for this level. Much higher goalkeeping attributes generally speaking, but also higher key ones. So I think it's the case that between our strikers being way more efficient than average at this level, or our attacking players being way more efficient than average, and our goalkeeper being way better than average for this level, we can basically just have less shots than the opposition even, and be winning 5-0. Now I don't think this is going to be what we could expect on average at all, but I'm saying I think that's what facilitates this possibility. We can, across the park on the play, the average play, I think we can just match teams pretty equally, and we can expect that we will get results by doing that, just because we just a lot more efficient at goal scoring and a lot more efficient at stopping shots. So I do think it is match over. You should think about how we could possibly lose this match, I guess, and I guess the main way is by having players sent off. So I think we de-risk that by subbing off Gomez, I guess makes sense. And I think, is it Paulo Santos? Yeah, I think We can give him a run out on the wing. And I think we just save our third sub now in case somebody gets injured. You know what, and I think we can play with a faster tempo here as well. Because it's definitely game over. Wow, I mean, I never would have imagined that our first match would have gone like this. Not sure where our opponent is, to be honest. Because it's a super friendly league match, so they were requesting it. They must have gone AFK or something. But really, I mean, I'm not sure who they're playing or whatever, but I think this is just a classic case that, you know, if you just pick your best players, just use your best players, I think you do a lot better than if you're using not your best players, pretty much. I think a lot of people, for us, our best player in regards to performance is probably this guy. But he's 33, and a lot of people will be like, oh, 33, I'm not going to use a 33-year-old. I like youth players. I don't like old players. But, you know, and this guy, 30, oh, I'm not going to use a 30-year-old. I'm going to use my youth players. And I'm not sure if this user is doing that or not. I guess there's an easy way to, oh no, he's 29, 24, but I can quickly go, and 24, I'm not seeing any 30-something-year-olds popping out anywhere, right? 21, so yeah, it is the case that 28, I can go through, but a lot of people just don't want to use the older players, but the reality is that it's quite likely that it's the case that your best player from a productivity standpoint in your starting squad is going to be somebody in their 30s. In fact, you know, potentially all of your best players are. So Barbosa can come on here. So I think that's just, if you don't want to use them, that's fine. It's your prerogative. But if you want to win, then it makes sense to use your best players. And the reality is that none of your starting players, whether they're 33 or 16 or anything in between, it's pretty unlikely that any of them are going to be useful to you in a couple of months' time anyway. So there isn't really any point to, well, I don't want to use a 28-year-old or a 16-year-old or whatever, because I want to improve him, and the 33-year-old's only going to get worse. It doesn't really matter. None of them are going to be good enough anyway. So you might as well just focus on winning now, so that your club can progress, and then if your club progresses, your club can then get better players. So it's better to focus on winning, focus on getting the most out of your team. Now I think obviously we got a lot of goals, pretty big score, but I think that, and again, you know, 33-year-old man of the match. So I think we just pretty quickly looked through our players, found our best 11 players, made a tactic that fit those best 11 players in, and picked some tactical instructions that are largely pretty much all in the middle, with a couple of exceptions that we explained. And this is what we got in our first match. I think we obviously got to be very happy with that. At the very beginning, I was saying I'm just totally happy that we can compete. But then it is obviously the case that we do have some strengths here. Our strengths are that we can have, as long as the chance flow is big, so lots of shots happening, like this match was, as long as there's a big chance flow, then we can probably expect to beat most teams at qualifying league level, because we just have we're using our older players who have better finishing, and we're using our older keeper who's a better shot stopper. So I think we can pick results up. Now this is just one match. Obviously it can all change. We play a few more matches and a lot of win could be taken out of sales. But all in all, I'm just happy that we can compete. It'd just be a bit miserable to lose every single qualifying league match. I don't expect to win them all. I don't even expect to come close to winning them all. So just be happy to be able to compete. You know, get a couple wins, get a few draws, whatever. But really the whole focus here is just on planning to the future. So whatever we do in the present with this starting squad, that's better. Anything better than losing all of the matches is basically just a bonus at this point. And this is the first match, and we definitely did a lot better than losing it. So it's a bonus, and we're totally happy with it. So cheers, and thanks for watching the first ever match of Wanderers FC. And hopefully this is a sign of things to come, although I very much think that there was a combination of factors involved here that facilitated this score, one of which is I think we despite all the reasons I've explained, I think we were just lucky as well to score so many goals. And then also, the opponent they didn't connect to the match, and if they did, they could have made some changes and stuff, and the match could have been quite different. But all in all, what else can we do? All we can do is win, right? So we played, we won, we've got to be happy with that, and we are. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you for the next match and all of the many matches more in the future that we're going to play. But I think the best possible start pretty much to Wanderers FC. So thanks for watching, catch you in the future.